16 million every quarter, different days. Tanga ka na lang kung maniniwala ka dun sa paliwanag na mag-aabot-abot yung pong ganun pong presyo.
Yung question ko lang po kasi meron dun sa direct examination of the Vice President signing liquidation reports. Are these, hindi kasi natuloy, I don't know if it will be asked in the afternoon, so parang naputol. Are these the same liquidation reports na may mga unusual funny names that was submitted by the OVP to the COA? Yun po ba yung pinirmahan doon?
Yung
Tama
may
po ba?
funny names or unusual names, yun yung mga acknowledgement receipts, no? So those were subsequently submitted to the COA by both the OVP and the DepEd. No? So una muna yan, nag-submit muna sila ng liquidation reports, nakatanggap ng mga AOMs, noting some deficiencies, and then ang sinubmit nila ay mga acknowledgement receipts to support, in an attempt to support yung payments. So the Vice President did not sign the acknowledgement receipts themselves, if that's what you're asking, no? But itong mga liquidation reports, connected ba yun doon? Yes, because they're liquidating the same funds, the same confidential funds.
So sir, yung liquidation report signed by the Vice President, attachment nun yung acknowledgement receipts, tama ba? Or that was the initial liquidation report that they
So far
submitted?
as I remember, that was the initial. To start yung liquidation process, you submit the liquidation report. Tapos, at some point, as testified to by the co-auditors, nagkaroon sila ng AOM asking for proof na ginasta talaga itong mga pera na to, and then sinubmit yung mga ARs. No? But nakalagay dyan, doon sa mga pinirmahan ng Vice President, she approved the use. No? At sinicertify niya doon na it was used for the confidential expenses.
Ang mahalaga na message doon, because since the Vice President certified this to be true copy of all the documents, attached documents, including the ARs, sinicertify niya na tunay na nakatanggap si Mr. Pusa, tunay na nakatanggap si Mr. Pagong, si Miss Pusa, at si Miss Belat. So yun yung pag-meaning ng pag-certify niya nitong mga ARs na to as part of the liquidation process or attachment for the utilization of the confidential funds.
So sir, follow up na lang sir, back ako dun sa request. Yung pag-request ng OVP for confidential fund, meron kasi silang previous arguments na it was the fault also of the OP kasi late na ni-release yung December na sa kanila binigay. So, yung considering what happened, yung testimony kanina, does this mean na the fault was not on the President but rather on them submitting a plan belatedly?
The playing of their victim card does not hold water. Kasi gaslighting yan eh. Diba? Nag-request siya for confidential funds with the intention, in good intention, ang pagbibigay sa kanya, ang pag-grant sa kanya ng confidential funds, in good faith. Wala namang nagsasabing pag binigyan siya ng 125 million pesos, gastusin niya itong buong buo into 11 days, tapos kung sino-sino lang yung paglalagyan nila at hindi sila mag-liquidate ng maayos. So the more reason for I think if I were be working with the Office of the President, the more disgusted I would be. Na we gave you this in good faith, tapos binudol nyo kami. No? So supposedly dapat hindi sila mag-play victim dito. Ipakita nila kung paano nila ginasta ng maayos. Ipakita nila yung kanilang mga ARs at ipakita nila na hindi dapat sila ma-flag ng COA. Pero what happened is the opposite. No? It was not really about the granting of the request. It was how the funds was implemented. At ayon sa ICFAO, nagka-leche-leche yung kanilang pag-implement ng liquidation ng confidential funds nila.
Yes, and the issue here is not whether or not there was delay in the release of the funds. No? Ang issue dito ay nagamit ba ng tama yung pondo at napatunayan ba yun, no? Kung nagamit ng tama yung pondo. As pointed out a while ago, nung hiningi itong 125 million, ang purpose nito, as ito ay supposedly for projects to be conducted in the 3 months, no? 3 last months of 2022. for October, November, December. Okay? Di ba? Again, as explained by Kong Zia kanina, pag humingi ka ng pondo, dapat meron kang plano, meron kang specific na mga projects kung saan mo gagamitin ito. At nung hiningi nila itong 125 million, dapat gagastahin to para sa projects na gagawin again October, November, December. So ang tanong, obviously, hindi mo na pwedeng gamitin yan sa plinano mong projects for October. Hindi na din pwede sa November. Hindi na din pwede din sa first half of December. So, kung itong 125 million, dapat yan para yon dun sa buong quarter na yan. Paano mo siya ngayon inubos in just 11 days? Yun yung tanong ho dito. Not whether or not may delay ba sa pag-issue. Hindi niyan sinasagot eh. Yung importanteng tanong dito na ginamit ba tong pera na to para dun sa intended purpose niya, para dun sa mga purposes allowed under the joint circular governing the use and liquidation of confidential funds.
Sir, follow-up lang. Kasi understand, wala naman talaga dapat confidential funds si VP Sara for 2022 dahil inadmit nga po, wala naman si VP Lenny nung naupo nga po to sila Ortonio, sila VP Sara. So technically, talagang ni-request po ito, kumbaga, ni VP Sara pagkaupo niya sa pwesto. Sinabi niyo nga po, yun yung una nilang ginawa, di ba? Pag-upo nila, yun yung ni-request sa DBM. So nakita na rin po ba natin na paglabag na rin po agad sa joint circular dahil under 3.24, kailangan po yung physical and financial plan na aprobado po ng head of agency supporting the request for funds po ng confidential expenses. And September pa pala nila pinadala, kumbaga, or nagkaroon ng PFP. While August pa lang humihingi na sila ng 250 million.
Yes, so procedurally, as explained a while ago, no, kapag humingi ka ng budget, hindi dapat nauuna yung numero na gusto mo lang ng 125 million. Ano? Dapat meron ka na kasing mga proyekto na gusto mong ipatupad, gusto mong gawin. No? At magkakaroon ka din ng costing. Bakit mo naisip, magkano ba ang kailangan mong gastahin para magawa itong mga proyekto na to? And then you'll come up with that amount. No? Para makita mo na, for example, in this case, dahil ito yung mga gusto kong gawin proyekto, ito ang costing niyan, itong gagastuhin ko dyan, ang total dyan, 125 million ang kailangan kong hingin. No? Hindi yan baliktad. Hindi dapat mo, una yung numero, na hihingin mo, tapos tsaka ka lang gagawa ng plano kung paano ubusin yung 125 million. So now, ano yung nangyari dito? Clearly, no, nung August pa lang, meron na silang request for the budget amounting to 125 million for confidential funds. And afterwards, dun sa succeeding month, dun lang sila gumawa nitong physical and financial plan kung saan nila linagay, kung ano yung projects, kung saan yung paggagamitin. So yes, pasok ba siya dun sa joint circular? Well, mukhang based on the timing, hindi yun na-comply.
May paglabag na po agad, doon pa lang.
It will appear so, no? But we're not saying that they had absolutely no plans at that time that they asked for this amount. But what we're saying is, based on the documents identified earlier by the witness, yan ang maliwanag na lumalabas dun sa chronological na paglatag dyan ng mga events, no? Based on the documents is nauna yung request for 125 million, sumunod yung pagpirma noong physical and financial plan, pagkatapos sinumite itong plan na to sa DBM. Oh. So based on these documents, lumalabas, nauna yung paghingi ng pera bago pag-execute at pag-submit nitong plan.
Can we say na
I think what
nasanay
is
na po?
important is there was a glaring disrespect to follow the joint circular. It only speaks about one thing: her character as a public official, no? Na maski very glaring na may mga violation, it's not really something that would really give them a pause and then think over how they would proceed with their plan of making or implementing confidential activities, no? So it speaks about how the audacity to violate a very basic joint circular, no? It only speaks about one thing, and one character alone, no? That she holds herself above any laws or any policies, that she can disregard any violation, disregard any standing policies governing especially, no? How to utilize, for example, a specific amount for specific purposes.
You also share the same sentiment, Paul. Sinabi ni Kong Joel Chua last week na, I don't know, maybe baka nasanay na si Vice President Sara Duterte na kailangan niya ng confidential funds kasi galing sa Davao City for 60 million each year. And then pag upo niya, ito po yung unang hiniling niya. Recall that also, Kong Chua, sinabi po niya na meron nga ugong na hinihiling ni VP Sara yung defense portfolio.
Kasama rin po natin, recognize natin ngayon si Representative Terry Ridon, Bicol Saro. Kasama rin po natin ngayong tanghaling ito.
There's no other explanation to at least describe kung paano ang unang-unang pumasok sa utak nila ay mag-request na ng confidential funds other than what they have already accustomed in Davao, which is meron silang 460 million kada year for confidential funds. So magtataka ka dahil wala doon sa gaan ng 2022 for the Office of the Vice President, immediately na nag-request na rin sila for funding for the confidential funds na gagamitin supposedly nila for third quarter. Spread out in October, September, and December. Pero nakita natin, may attempt talaga na kailangan magastos itong 125 million pesos. Pero nung araw lang, kung saan, 11 days, pero may tatandaan nyo, dyan po sa 11 days na yan, may mga araw din po na bakasyon. No? So paano po sila sa Bisaya pa, unsaon nila pagpalit og tambal, no? Paano sila bumili ng mga gamot na yun ang magiging pangbayad nila sa mga katulad ni Mary's Grace Piatos, which amounts to 70,000 pesos. So ang dami pong tanong, kaya nga sinasabi natin, habang tumatagal po ito, yung dapat na makasagutan na dapat na maibigyan ng Vice Presidente at sa ating mga kababayan, ay nagsasanga-sanga na lang ng katanungan. Terry?
Yeah. Kahit Kong Terry.
Sige, bago po magpatuloy doon sa mga tanong, paumanhin po dahil nahuli ako, kasi hinahanap ko yung safe house kung saan ho napunta. Kasi up until today, hindi ho na ipapaliwanag bakit ganun po kalaki yung safe houses na pera pong ginastos para doon. Kasi yung pong perang pinag-uusapan, 16 million every quarter, alam po ninyo, yung pong pinag-uusapan na ho nating presyo ng safe houses po na ito, pag-upa ng mga bahay mula sa mga pinaka-exclusive na subdivisions sa Pilipinas, katulad ng Forbes Park, Dasmariñas Village. Yung pinakamahal na mga condominium sa loob po ng Bonifacio Global City at ng Makati. So yan po yung level ng safe houses price na pinag-uusapan po natin dito. I'm quite certain, hindi po ganyan po yung mga binabayad na safe houses nung pong mga security sector po natin na meron pong mga confidential funds. And to repeat what Mr. Artonio has been saying, my friends, based on the documents, huli na naman po sila, na linalaro na naman po nila ito pong mga dokumento na ito. At hindi ho natin yan palalagpasin. 16 million every quarter, different days. Tanga ka na lang kung maniniwala ka dun sa paliwanag na mag-aabot-abot yung pong ganun pong presyo